Hello and welcome to the latest edition of On the Whistle from the Sunderland Echo YouTube, where I take some of your questions at full time and also just give you my thoughts on the game and a little bit of insight from the post-match press conference as well. As you can see, it's just me this week. Hopefully we'll be back with James in the near future, but we'll crack straight on. I thought it was a really important win for Sunderland today. I think at half-time I was quite worried about where the performance was going. I thought that for all Sunderland had dominated possession, I don't think you could really argue that Plymouth deserved their lead. I thought that they had the better chances. They looked a threat on the break, and Sunderland looked really laboured. Really brutally honest press conference there from Michael Beale, just talking about how the fact that, you know, the team had been nowhere near good enough. Said he could have made 5 substitutions at the break. His message at the players at half time was very much to get on the front foot, to excite the crowd, to run forward, to be braver, and to sharpen up. And to be fair, you know, I thought that was a huge second half for Beale, because that was the best football we've seen from Sunderland, not just in Beale's tenure, but actually probably for a good few weeks before that as well. Some really good performances. Not only that, but I thought Beale's changes were fantastic. Introduced Job exactly at the right time. Went and got his goal with pretty much his first touch. Got Mundell his first taste of action in a Sunderland shirt at a really opportune moment. Chris Rigg, good to see him as well. So yeah, Beale was, you know, sort of mixed emotions, I think would be fair to say, in his press conference. He did say that he was really pleased with the second half, but that's the benchmark, you know, and that's what Sunderland need to take forward. He was also really, I think it's fair to say, really emotional, but really grateful for the support the fans showed him. As I think everyone knows, you know, Michael's niece Poppy, 4 years old, is fighting leukemia, and fans came together with a really moving minute's applause to send support of Poppy and Michael Beale and his family. And I know that was something that really moved him. So that was a really special thing to witness. And yeah, get well soon, Poppy. We heard from the Plymouth boss, Ian Foster, as well, who had a lot of praise actually for Sunderland and what they did in the second half, especially the individual quality of players like Jack Clarke. He did say he was very frustrated with the refereeing. He felt it was very harsh in terms of some of the fouls that were given on the edge of the box to Sunderland. Pierre Requar's equal obviously came from that. And I think he was more than frustrated that his team were actually down to 10 men when Jack Clarke scored the goal. He felt that the 30 seconds had passed, and so his player, who was on the sideline having received treatment, should have been able to come back on. Having said that, I would say that he didn't make excuses either. I think Sunderland were clearly the better side in that second half and really deserved that. Just got a couple of questions from you, which we'll do before we leave you, if I can find them, that is. So the boy Jones says, do Sunderland look better playing through balls? I think one of the most encouraging things for me, and I think that's a really good point, is that although he didn't get a goal and he didn't actually have many chances, I thought that was Nazary Russen's best all-round performance, actually, probably since he came to the club. He's always had a good work ethic since he's come in. He's always been a nuisance, and I think that's why fans love him. He got a huge ovation when he came off the pitch. But what was really pleasing today was I thought was the most involved he's been. Players were finding him earlier. He was holding the ball up. He was making good runs into the channel, winning set plays, winning corners. I think you can start to see that even if the language barrier is still a bit of an issue for him, he's making huge improvements, and I think that's really encouraging moving forward. He's starting to look like a real threat, and I think he deserves a lot of credit, and I also think Beale deserves credit as well for the way that he's integrating him. Let's have a look and see what other questions we've got. We had one on Facebook from Gary, who talks about Patrick Roberts. A bit frustrated, I think, that Roberts may be slowing the game down. I thought Roberts did okay, actually, today. I thought it's a funny old game. We've talked so much about Roberts not contributing enough in goals and assists. Well, he got an assist today, albeit it was a 2-yard pass that Pierre Requar then rifled into the bottom corner. So stats aren't everything, I guess. I think it's huge to have Roberts back. I'm not totally convinced that Barr playing as a 10 worked. I know that's Barr's preferred position, but I think he brings more to the team out wide, where he can get players one-on-one and he can get the byline and dribble. But I think it's natural that Roberts is going to take a little bit of time to get up to match fitness. I actually think that although he hasn't got those goals and assists this season, I think he's still playing well. And Beale actually mentioned in his press conference that it's really important to have him back. And I think you could see that at times. So I think it's just all good signs for Sunderland, really, in terms of the depth that you need. And hopefully, you know, moving forward, we can see Roberts sort of contributing even more goals and assists on top of today. And my old teammate Johnny Sherbin has said, Chris Rigg and Job wearing the new Predator boots. Coincidence? Question mark. Well, I thought Job looked fantastic today when he came on. I mean, a lot of talk, hasn't there, about Job and his best position, and at times he's looked really good as a centre forward, at times he's looked good as a 10. I think Job's always said, and some of them have always felt, that his best performances are going to be as a box-to-box number 8. and the game was perfect from today. Really good sub to bring him on. Bill deserves a lot of credit for that. The game was stretching, and you could see just the chance to play against tired legs and the chance to run into space. He looked a completely different player. So that was really, really encouraging from Sunderland perspective. We also spoke to Bale about his changes after the game. He said it wasn't a reflection of performances. It wasn't necessarily a tactical decision, although he wanted to go really attacking, which is why Bale played. It was essentially pre-planned. He was going to bring Ekwar off after an hour if the game allowed it. He was going to give Job a rest because there's a huge game coming up on Wednesday and then another away game on Saturday. So I think it's very much about managing the squad. I think a lot of Sunderland fans have been absolutely delighted with Job's performances since he came, but felt he was crying out for a bit of a rest. And I agreed with that. And I think we saw today that he really benefited from a little bit of freshness in his own game, but having the chance to go up against some tired legs and show what he's all about. His athleticism is incredible. So yeah, there we go. That's it for another week. Thanks for everyone who sent your questions and comments in. I will be back on Wednesday night. Hopefully I'll have someone alongside me, but we'll wait and see. But thanks very much for watching as ever. And Wednesday night full time, next Saturday full time. Get your questions and comments in for the next edition of On the Whistle. Thanks for watching.